Hello, my friends. How are you? It's great to see you. It's been a while. Come and talk to us on Discord. It's a great pleasure to be back with you. And what an episode we have for you today. I'm going to be talking to Kate Evans from Monte Games. Yes, Monte Games. You know, those amazing cats who created such things as Ptolus, as Old Gods of Appalachia, of course, Numenera, and, well, plate mail knights on motorcycles with guns? Really? Let's find out all about it. We're going to find out about Knights of Dust and Neon, the currently crowdfunding campaign. So please let us know if you're excited. Hit us down in the comments, hit like, subscribe, share this with all your friends. And with Devious Dungeons, Foreboding Forests, and the coolest cats, my name is Phil, and welcome back, my friends, to the Dark Orb. Let's talk about the currently crowdfunding campaign for Cypher System, Knights of Dust and Neon. We've got Kate from Monte Games. And what can I say? This is an absurd campaign in all of the best ways. Cypher System has a number of settings already. I've got a couple down here, oddly enough. Anyone
Here's
who's
something prepared
watching from
earlier.
the beginning. Absolutely. So I've got a bunch up on the shelf. Actually, not that many there. See, bing, bing, bing.
Yep, done it.
So a couple there. What have I got? Actually, up there, I've got the Stars of Fire.
That's our science fiction.
And yeah, I've got the 10 years adventure.
10 years of adventure. Nice.
Yeah. And then I've got Old Gods of Appalachia further down. Doesn't match. Doesn't match. I can't put it in the same place. I have to
That's
find it
because
under
it's one
O.
of our IPs.
I
If it's a
know, I know,
specific setting book, it needs to look different and things. But
I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
the
then
white books are
these two I've
beautiful.
got here. So
Yeah,
this just come out, Rust and Redemption.
yeah.
Nope, wrong one. That
Other
one.
hand.
Other
Yeah.
hand. I'm colorblind. Leave me alone. Um, and then, of course, we've got. Well, I mean, let's talk about what these settings are. So this is basically dark fantasy, right? Kind of Alice in Wonderland gone a little bit more intense.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of folklore and fairy tale and all the things that are there, but it's being able to deal with them from an adult setting. It's being able to deal with them from a
yeah,
childlike setting. However you want to run it, it's very much we're all mad here. You definitely do. It's a very beautiful book.
it really is gorgeous. And then we've got Rust and Redemption, which has not been out very long, a couple of months.
Yeah, if that,
Um,
I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
And
that's
it's
post-apocalyptic setting, right?
yes, very much so. And all of these genre books start with a little bit about how to run the setting, what's the thing. So the Rust and Redemption one is amazing. It starts essentially with what's your apocalypse? You know,
Yeah.
why are we in this? Why are we in this mess? You know, is it
There's no toilet
AI?
roll.
Yeah, yes, because people are lying on beds of them. That's the whole thing. I always found that disappointing. I thought that for the apocalypse, we'd all have like the cool kit of Sarah Connor and things. And we're
Yes,
not. We're the dude. We're the Big Lebowski instead. You know?
absolutely.
Crocs
Um,
and socks and soft clothes. You know?
and I tell a lie. It turns out I do have this right next to me. I just couldn't
Hey,
cope, so I couldn't remember
fantastic.
because I'm getting old now. Um, and I mean, this is gorgeous. As I said, this is well, it's a podcast IP turned into an absolutely stunning dark forest fantasy role playing game. Um, and as we've discussed in a previous episode, Cypher System is a setting agnostic role playing system, which means that when you glorious people think of something new, you can just make a book about it, right?
Yep,
And
absolutely.
so, right now, for uh, 53 hours as recording, so probably a couple of days, basically, by the time you look at this, um, there's a campaign on BackerKit where you can get two new settings books and a campaign and setting book.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
what is Knights of Dust and Neon? Where do we start? Gosh.
So we're
Um,
amazingly excited by this. So doing
Me
genre
too.
books is always a huge privilege because there's a point where you get to go away and really research and really get your teeth into the whole subject and from like as much historical stuff as possible, like from any particular thing. One of the first things that happens with these white books is an immediate crowdsourcing thing from our own company, which is right, who knows about cyberpunk? What's cool? What's now? What's then? What's good? What's bad? Because that's also important. Who knows about westerns and weird west and all that kind of thing? Where is it? Again, whatever medium it happens to be. If it's a computer games, is it from books? Is it from classic films and so on? And so, as a result of this, we have Neon Rain, which is our cyberpunk setting, and High Noon at Midnight, which is our Weird West setting. Um, and these are absolutely tremendous. I'm so very excited by these. I mean, I read Neuromancer as a kid,
Me
and
too.
it whoa, completely mind blown on a different way of seeing things, which is
Yeah.
wonderful. And then my dad's a huge fan of westerns. We used to watch them with him, but if you're playing the western thing, you want something a little bit more out there and a little bit different and things. And so that's where your weird west is. So what happens if you've got zombies or vampires, or you happen to be fighting all of the weird things that people say are out on the range and no one has actually seen, but actually they are there and they represent a clear and present danger. So yeah, it's
Amazing.
cool.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I read Neuromancer pretty young as well. Do you not find with William Gibson it's kind of a bit like reading beat poetry? It's kind of a stream of consciousness thing.
Yeah, so I absolutely understand what you mean. It took me 3 days to read Neuromancer, and this is because I started reading it and I got partway through and I don't get it. Let me start again.
Well,
Started
there were
reading
lots of
it.
words.
Yeah, yeah, it's just like, "But no, I understand what the words mean. I don't get what you're talking about." And then I went back to again, and I got partway through. It's like, "But I don't speak Spanish. How am I supposed to?" I was like, "Okay," and I started again. I was like, "Oh, oh, I get it. Holy cats, this is amazing." And then I destroyed that and the next 2 books, and then Bird and Crome and all the short stories with, like, Johnny Mnemonic and the rest of it as well,
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, huge,
Yeah.
huge fan.
Me
Think that
too.
was amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and then, I mean, yeah. So Neon Rain, as we discussed, then is a like a setting book that takes Cypher system and throws it into cyberpunk as a realm. High Noon at Midnight is a Weird West. So there are other Weird West games out there, and the setting of the trope is phenomenal. So if you find that those systems are a little bit too crunchy, then this is a great way to, the same with Neon Rain, a great way to get into those settings without worrying so much about that crunch. And then there's Gunslinger Knights.
Yes.
Um,
This is awesome.
yeah, I mean, we can see the pictures, but I don't think that they're any substitute for. I was just looking to see. I think if there's
Yeah, go.
another one
Yeah, if
not
you head
on
up a
this
wee bit,
page, I will find it and I will share it.
that's
Um,
cool. I will send
but
you art.
yes, I have it
Yeah.
somewhere. I'll find it whilst we're talking. Tell me about. Well, we can see here the storm howls louder even than your engines, but not as loud as the monstrosities that call from within. The breach is almost open, and soon they'll pour out, but they won't find this world helpless. You stand between them and the innocent. You and your spellbound motorcycle,
Spellbound motorcycle.
your lovingly
And
crafted and blessed revolver,
absolutely.
and your holy. But hang on, these guys are wearing full plate armor.
Well, there's plate armor and there's plate armor, and these have also got biker jackets because all of those things are cool. And why not an order of knights whose steeds are a little bit less fragile than some of the horses of old, although some of those war horses were amazing. And the whole deal is you're the people who are saving the world of Sankara from the strange and the weird and the malevolent things that come out of the storms. Because every time there's a storm, it sort of connects with an elsewhere. And from the elsewhere, it's almost invariably bad stuff that comes through. And so you have an oath which binds you to being one of these knights. And the whole idea is that you will go around and you will protect the innocent. And you could again work as your team, work with your other orders of knights in order to save the people of Sankara. You are elite protectors. And yeah, it just looks cool. I mean, you get to
It
have
really does.
biker jackets, you get to have knights, you get to be the goodies, you get to be fighting the bad stuff from other dimensions, and you get to be saving people. And it's just awesome. And however you want, again, however you want to picture your knight, whether you're more plate mail, less leathers, whether you've got a combo of both, whether you want like proper curly horned helm like we've got there, or the old hats again, driving through the mists and the sands. You need to make sure that your head is covered, also taking a bash from whatever weirdness is coming out of the storms. So yeah. And again, the whole thing, your penance, because you're riding together. It's this wonderful camaraderie of characters and things. But
I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
it's it's so exciting. Very, very, very excited about
It's
this.
absurd. I love it.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, we're doing really well. So $303,000. That'll do.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Um,
cool. So, what we're looking for is we're looking for backers. So, here's the thing: it's absolutely wonderful, and people we're very, very privileged in that people spend a lot of money with us, and we aim to give them the best possible kit, products, and experience as a result of this.
yeah,
Um, but as a result of that, we also want to be able to share this with new people because a lot of people out there
yeah,
who are trying to play. Um, Certain games and things, and they're trying to use sort of classic crunchy systems when you could be playing it in Cypher, which would be a much more elegant experience. It's like,
yeah,
why would you
yeah,
run Peter Pan in a crunchy strategic system when you could use any of these in Cypher system in order to do it? In fact, using We're All Mad Here, for example. And so
yes,
what we're
yeah,
after
absolutely.
is 2,000 backers,
Yeah,
at which point we will reveal or we'll be able to fund the Hackers Matrix. So, um, one of the wonderful things and the crazy things is that when I read Neuromancer, um, you didn't even have mobile telephones, or you did, but they were the giant brick things with a
yep,
massive antenna on it that you
yep,
could call Mars on,
yeah,
and they cost about £400 a minute. No one got near them.
yeah.
Whereas now you've got like the touchpad things and
It was science fiction when we were young.
yep, yep, absolutely. I saw a wonderful quote actually, which was, "We need to acknowledge history because at the time that was all that was possible for the future." And I thought that was wonderful because at the moment
Yeah,
we've got a whole bunch of things. We're talking over a telly with a little camera. I've had
yeah,
to lose my Bluetooth because it was making a horrible crunching noise. But essentially, I wasn't plugged in for the start of the conversation, and
yeah,
again, that is
absolutely.
magic, absolutely magic.
Yeah,
So we wanted something cool for Neon Rain, and so we have the Hackers Matrix. If we get to 2,000 backers, which really hoping that we will, it gives you a virtual map that you'll be able to send your hacker to, or presumably your whole team if they happen to be jacked into the system with them. And you get to move around those set of virtual 3D maps,
yeah,
again with your GM administrating what's going on. And again, you're using your tech and your assets and your skills and your. All of the things that you're trained in to be able to get through this. But we wanted it to be super cool. And so that's what we're building at the moment. And we've got a whole pile of art stuff that we showed for the sort of the look and the feel of it. But we are building this to try and make this absolutely awesome and an actual immersive thing. Um, so the whole idea is that I believe, and I apologise, chat, if I get this wrong, is that you can do it over the web and you can do it on a web page, but you should also be able to download it in order to get a pad and go, there you go, chummer. You can actually just
yeah.
surf your way through. That's very cool.
And I think
So
it's really
yeah,
important that we call out directly the stretch goals and the strategy that Monte Cook are doing because There's no easy way to put it. Monte Cook books, um,
It's
are
tricky, right?
quite expensive. Um, compared in terms of the physical cost of the books, that they're not cheap. The reason for that, though, and yes, I'm biased, is there is actually a huge difference in the look and the feel of the books. So you've got a thicker paper stock; it's glossy. There's spot UV and spot varnish on the covers, and basically the production value is there, and the binding is not going to fall apart. There are some publishers out there that make wonderful books that are cheaper, but you start using them, and after you know a year of heavy usage, the pages literally start unbinding, and it's unfortunate. I would hazard a guess that it's uncommon that that happens with a book from MCG,
Yeah,
and you can
unless it
tell that when
gets
you pick them up. Yeah,
specifically stabbed with something or run over with
but
something,
it can be done.
which,
But
but please don't. Be nice to your books.
yeah,
Right?
I mean, if we, I don't
Be
know if
nice
this
to
will show
all
up on the
books.
camera, but you can kind of see the binding. There's effort put in, for example.
Yeah.
So you can see where the money goes, but there's an acknowledgement of that because the reality is that you know many of us are very lucky to have some disposable income to throw at this hobby, but some of us are not so fortunate, and therefore there's no penalising in terms of the pledge levels or the stretch goals rather for only being in a position either financially or maybe your significant other or your conscience won't allow you to put more stuff on the shelf, um, for just backing at a lower level, backing at a PDF level, um, because the requirements for the stretch goals, as you quite rightly pointed out, are around the number of backers.
Yeah.
So this isn't saying, hey, if we get to $350,000, then you can have a thing that maybe we were going to make anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, this is about saying, we really want to do this, but we want to feel that there's demand for it. So,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
let's
And
get
that
how
what we can do is a massively worthwhile job. We don't never ever
exactly.
half-ass anything. It's got to
Yeah.
be properly done. We pay human artists to do human artwork,
Yes.
and we have
Yeah.
some astonishing artists there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to make sure that our designers have time and are well paid to be able to have that creative time to think, to do stuff, and to collaborate because that's one of the joys of being here. I mean, I'm in marketing,
Mm,
but you can see all of the design channels like, what if we did this? What if we did that? How about this thing? How about that thing? What about that thing? It's like, wow, there's just so much going on here. It's absolutely astonishing to watch. So yeah,
yeah.
and
I'm
we
going to
want to
reinforce
be
that as well. Your comment about human artists. So that Gunslinger Knights photograph or picture that we just shared, I knew that was from the Monte Cook game Gunslinger Knights, but I found it through the DeviantArts from the artist. So
yes,
this is a real artist. Their work is there. You can contact them. You can commission them yourself. Yeah, it's
yeah.
really impactful that Monte Cook chooses as a company to actually engage with people and allow them actually to advertise that they've done it as well. There's no
Oh
smoke and
yeah, absolutely.
mirrors. It's
No,
it's
this
all
is
about
wonderful.
credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, we've got those three books. Um, then we've got the poker deck that's coming with it for High Noon at Midnight, which is amazing. So there's some card rules in there as well.
yeah. It looks
Um,
really cool.
Prints for Sankara, so that you can get an idea of this absurd, wonderful setting. A campaign journal. Do you want to talk about what a campaign journal is?
So we did one for Old Gods of Appalachia, which has
Yeah,
the lovely faux leather cover, so it looks very
it's
much like
gorgeous.
something of the 1920s, 30s period. This one is very much more Cypher system specific, but it'll have the images of the artwork on the outside. That's why we've now upgraded. I don't think they're calling it deluxe, but it is very much an upgrade to the GM journal. And here's the thing, even if people play online and have notes and things, there's always that jotting down stuff, or I've got an idea for this, or we're just up to wherever it is. So, I mean, I've often used the journals even as a player. That's the other thing because they're just nice, and so you can
Yeah,
see you've got the three kind of cover art pieces on there. Um, And again, this is reasonable stock to write on. It's quite a nice way of saying, right, well, this is my Gunslinger Knights campaign. So I'll put my notes and things in there where they're up to. Diabolical ideas, great ideas for in GM intrusions. Write down cool things that the characters have said because that was a better idea than I had. Also, yep, that's definitely that. It's really nice. So thanks, Matt. Yes, they very much are, and it's great quality books, and it's
Yeah.
actually really nice to be able to produce sort of Cypher specific ones. We've also got the Cypher dice box as well. Um,
Yes. I'm annoyingly excited by that.
yeah, yes, this is it.
I'll
It's
see
really
if we
nice,
can
and that was
find an
inspired
image of that.
having created a the Bone Turner's Tale dice box, which is one of the weird and super spooky things in the Magnus archives. We were like, well,
Mm,
why do we have a cipher system dice box with our nice little cipher bug on it? You know, and it was like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. You know, so it's very cool. It's nice. It's robust. It's a shiny it's going to be the black box is there, and there'll be some sort of texturing on it. So a lot of the artwork that we put up now are the conceptual ideas, and there might be slight changes from the end thing, but it's usually because someone's said to us, "Hey, this is an even cooler treatment, and you can still have this
there we
on
go.
your budget." And we're like, "Oh, yeah, well, we'll do that then." So yeah,
Do you
again,
happen to know what that dice box was made of? Is that like a card stock box or
it'll be cardstock with a faux leather
right? Yeah,
over the top of it, but it's metal Cypher System dice.
yeah,
That might change again.
yeah, of course.
Bear,
But that
who's
would be
our art director,
like a
has some great ideas for things. Yeah,
sorry, so that'll be like a hardcover leatherette kind of finish, that sort of
yeah,
feel to it, I would imagine,
yes, yeah. The
which
whole
is
idea
amazing.
is it's going to feel premium, and it's going to be
Yeah,
it's shiny. Everyone loves shiny,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus the ranged weapon dice,
Yes.
which are always
Yes.
helpful. Um,
Please get a dice rolling mat or a
yes.
dice rolling box or any of these
Unless
kind of
you're
things.
intending to battle scar your table, which of course is fine,
Yes.
you know, if
Yeah,
that's
yeah, totally.
intentional.
Yep, there's no judgment.
Yes,
However, if it's not your table, please
yes,
put something underneath. That's always good. We have a whole bunch of dice trays and things as well for exactly that reason. So yeah, that's the thing.
absolutely. It's
Very
very
cool.
exciting. And yeah, the Phil pledge, as it is called on our community, is
Yes.
it's the what do we have? It's the unless we're going for the all in stuff, which of course is
Yeah.
amazing, and you'll get everything that's been published to date. Um, does that doesn't include the individual IPs, so you get all the settings books.
It's all of the setting books,
Yeah.
and then it's everything that we're crowdfunding at present, and you're
Yes.
also getting the Cypher System starter set.
Yeah.
It's not the ITP books because they have their own rules and regulations, especially if
Yes.
we're collaborating with lovely people like Deep Nerd Meteor or Rusty Quill. We have to make
Yeah.
sure that everyone is 100% on board with stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And obviously you've got retail and PDF only of stuff. But the fill level of this one is Neon Rain in print, High Noon and Midnight in print, Gunslinger Nights in print, Clash and Chrome, Wanted, Hexter Alive, and the Mother of Storms zines, which we'll talk about in just a second. That gorgeous dice set, the campaign notebook, and additional stretch goals that we've spoken about. So that's the card deck and some prints and the well, I suppose it's a digital stretch goal of hopefully if we get another 40 odd backers, the
yeah, it's not far now. I noticed there were some people
no,
on the back of train. Thank you, everyone on the
absolutely.
back of train. Thank you,
Woo,
everyone who's
woo.
already pledged. Whoop, whoop. It's always very exciting, and you get campaign things. And the first time a campaign launches, the first day is rubbish for work because everyone's just there watching the numbers go up. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, are we going to fund? Is it good? How keen are people? Oh yeah, look at that, 1959. Good job, folks. That's
that'll do.
awesome.
Well, nearly do. Come
Yay!
on, keep going, keep going.
It's
But
good.
yeah, 53 hours left. And yeah, that top level, the fill level, is expensive, but you're getting some gorgeous stuff. And that's only really if you want those beautiful dice and the campaign journals, which of course are optional, not required to play. They are required if you've got a problem with spending money. Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. It's lack of money to spend. I think that's the problem. You know?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a problem with spending money, you shouldn't be spending.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yes, guilty.
Yeah. Okay, people.
If you're a
It's
collector, is
again.
a better way to put it.
Please eat and clothe yourself and pay your rent
Yes,
first. We love you. We'll still be here.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
It's important.
Um, and I would imagine that some of these items may well be available after the campaign. Anyway,
Absolutely.
obviously the prices for things like dice may well go up. I got the deluxe Planesbreaker dice outside of a campaign, and
Hmm.
they are absolutely gorgeous. They're my go-to dice. Unfortunately, they've been living in my all rolled up, so the sharp edges are no longer sharp. Um,
Yep.
but that's them's the breaks. In fact, they may even still be in here. I might have taken them out because
That's fair.
I was traveling. But
I mightily
um,
recommend a dice vault. I bought a couple of those little clip
well,
together
look at that.
ones last year.
There we go.
They are beautiful. They're so beautiful.
Beautiful, legible.
And they're
They're
usually
not made of
slightly
glass.
oversized. That's the
Yes.
whole thing. I bought glass dice at Gen Con last year. I should not have bought glass dice. I put them in my dice vault and I look at them every now and then. I haven't been able to take them out or roll them in anger.
Look at
But it's
them. They're
like, look at
amazing.
it.
They're
It's
so
so
good. I mean, you
shiny.
can't see all the colours because I should really have stronger lighting in here, but I choose not to turn it up because otherwise I feel like, for any of you who knows the IT crowd, it
Oh,
feels a little bit like Richmond, you know, the old um, yeah, exactly, Nosferatu type thing.
yeah.
So I tend to,
Uh,
even though it's probably not the best for the stream, I tend to just
no, it's
bring it
nice.
down just a little bit.
That's fair.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
we
look
go.
at that.
Better.
More backers. Yay. Thank you,
I
folks.
like to think it's that illumination that did that.
It's lovely.
So
Yes.
do you see
Oh,
the
I've got
light?
a
Yes, I
crowd fund.
do, and
What
I
a
wish I
bugger.
didn't.
Okay, here we go.
I'm melting.
Yes. Through the ether as we were going, something I should be doing. You know? Amazing. Lights of dust and neon. You
Yes,
know?
do it.
It'll be
Do it
good.
now. It's right there.
Fantastic.
Um, yeah, it's
It's
amazing.
good.
I'm biased. Please check it out. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you want to know more about this campaign, obviously head on over to Backer Kit. Not long to go. But if you want to know more about the Cypher system, where should people go?
So, actually, on the crowdfunding page, there's a very nice 1 to 8 reasons why you should Cypher System.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
if you have questions about the Cypher System, if you're a new GM, if you're a new player, if you want to know more about it, if you want to play games online, then please check out Cypher Unlimited. This is the Discord server. So this isn't a Monte Games channel. These are 3 chaps who are absolutely amazing. So massive shout out to Dean, to Anthony, and to Al. They are in America. They are the most enthusiastic, welcoming, and lovely people. And they have created a wonderful culture which is hugely welcoming and very accessible. So a couple of our folks joined the Cypher Unlimited Discord and then didn't go back. And I said to them, "If you popped on, because you can ask them anything and ask questions, and they're very kind in how they answer. They'll take you through stuff." And they said, "Oh no, I logged in and there was like 180 notifications." And I went back and I said, "Yeah, I had that as well. Log on, have a look." And it's everyone going, hi, hello, hey, how are you? Buongiorno, bonjour, hello. So it was just everyone so excited. There's someone new here. This is great. How can we help? So please don't be frightened by the numbers. Cypher Unlimited on the Discord. They are lovely, and we're going to be running CypherCon in September on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of September. And it's going to be amazing. It's online convention. This will be probably CypherCon 1.0 because last year was sort of zero point 0.5 as a bit of a trial. But now we know what we don't know. We're very much keen to run things on there, and that's absolutely wonderful. All sorts of games were run last year. Again, versatility of the Cypher system. Someone was running a game in Carnival Row, which is the steampunk fairy tale thing
Yeah.
based on this TV series. And they're like, "Well, I know the TV series. I've got We're All Mad here in the Cypher system rulebook. I'm just going to run a thing." Someone else was running a game in the Division 2, which is a post-apocalyptic world set in Washington. This one's in summer, unlike the first one, which is very, very wintry New York. I like the second one much better. But again, because he knew the computer game, because of the
Yeah,
lore, he has the Cypher system, he's got Rust and Redemption. Boom, boom, there's your game.
yeah.
Pick anything, you'll be able to run it, and it will be fun and simple, but also elegant and cool. It's the Cypher system.
Absolutely. And also, whilst you're joining that Discord, the link will be down below. Come and talk to us as well at the Dark Orb. We also have a, I'd like to think, welcoming and fun Discord community. We're nowhere near as noisy as Cypher Unlimited, but there are controls, so you can always, turn down the noise. But
So
Cypher Unlimited are amazing.
I absolutely adore the Dark Orb server for many reasons. And one of them, and I said this to the MCG guys last year, is I joined, and amongst the rules and regulations, which are quite accessible and straightforward, was no Bake Off spoilers. And I absolutely I adore
True.
that. And the Americans are like, what? No spoilers. That stuff's important, So, yeah, very,
Oh gosh,
very
we
heartfelt
wrote
on that.
those rules a while ago, and I'd totally forgotten that. But it's so important.
Yeah,
And in fact,
gorgeous.
we do have a channel specifically for events TV and a channel for spoilers. So
Yes.
in the event that you actually want to talk about these things, you can. But we have a rule that if you're going to do spoilers, you have to put your spoiler, mark down, mark up, whichever it is,
Yeah,
in so that people can opt in or out of ruining it. But
absolutely.
yeah, please come and talk to us. But also importantly, please check out Cypher Unlimited. Please check out the campaign. It's still running. Not long left to go. And yeah, if you care about FOMO and you don't want to miss out, or you want to play one of these games as soon as possible, it's the best way to do it. Kate, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about the currently crowdfunding campaign, Nights, Dust, and Neon for Cypher System. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Delightful to be here.
Come and talk to Monte Games at UK Games Expo in the UK in at the end of May, beginning of June. And
Absolutely.
are there any other conventions that you would like to plug as well, where people can come and talk to you?
Yep. So UK Games Expo, which is 31st, 1st and 2nd of June,
Yes,
and that's at the NEC in Birmingham. We will be in Hall 1. I think it's stand 1752. And we're also sponsoring the children's role playing zone in Hall 2 with No Thank You Evil, which is our specifically
amazing,
for children role playing game, which is adorable and wonderful. We're also going to be at Dragon Meet, which is at the end of November, very last day of November.
yeah,
And I can't remember my rhyme, so I don't know if that's the 30th or the 31st, but it's then. Or will be that's London Novotel in
30.
Hammersmith 30th. Thank you.
I think about
Um,
it.
yes, if you happen to be in the States, we are going to have a booth at Origins and we're going to be en masse at Gen Con. We're going to be there at Gamehole Con. And we're also
Getting on
doing
it now.
PAX Unplugged. It's going to
Yes.
be great.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
damn
much.
Skippy.
It has been amazing.
Thank you. Very, very
And
much a pleasure to be here.
we'll see all of you again sometime very soon. So, um, yeah, in the meantime, please hit like, please subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And until next time, I very much hope that your dice rolls are a lot better than mine because mine are always terrible. Take care of yourselves, everyone.